Yeah, I'm ready.
Whenever you're ready,
yeah. I'm ready. I can. Yeah.
Go ahead. You good? Okay.
All right. Hello, everyone. All right. Let's get started. Come on in. Huh? Okay. Can you all hear me well? Better? Okay. So we are. Okay. All right. So we are moving on to our next presentation of EndNote. This is called EndNote Advanced, but honestly, I don't know how advanced it is. The EndNote has a lot of how-to things. You know, it's hard to remember every features, but I have a list of things that I'm going to do here. So we just called it Advanced. So we'll be starting from where I left last week. By the way, this is Prasanna. I haven't introduced myself in my previous presentation. This is Prasanna from the library. So, yeah. So we have, I have a couple of things that I should do today. It's not super sophisticated. Cite while you write additional features. You know, a couple of clicks and clicks. So how to do certain things, and I'll be showing importing PDFs. I didn't have enough time to show that last week, and removing duplicates. There will be duplicate references in your library, so I'll show you how to remove that, and then adding specific journal styles. How many of you wish you have a different style? Yes, Nick. Yep. So, and EndNote Online, is that new to you? Okay. All right. And this is just a brief intro. We can't go everything, you know, the nitty-gritty things. But whenever you have a question on something, our super experts are here. I'm just a spokesperson. So just contact us, and we will work on that. Okay. So going back. So I'm going to start with where I left last week. So cite while you write. So going back to my Zika virus paper. Are you tired of hearing that, the Zika virus transmission? But this is just an example. So I'm going to show you inserting a citation. Search and find citation. Everybody remembering that? Should I show that again? Yep. Okay. So inserting a selected citation. For example, I have a sentence here. I'm just refreshing what I have done last week. So going back to my EndNote. So I have references exported to EndNote. For example, I wanted to select a specific reference. I just wanted to cite that in my paper. So that's being cited. So that's it. So, and I will also have that references list, bibliography listed. Now, I wanted to show you excluding an author. This is this can come when you use a specific kind of language. For example, certain researchers, certain study mentioned this, and you mention about that specific author as in your language, and you can use that function excluding author. For example, in this sentence, you may want to just include the year. So I am going to EndNote tab. This is where the EndNote tab rests in your Word document, and insert citation. And insert a citation. I might look for example, I can search here. I'm going to delete that, and Adams. Hopefully it's there. Yes, it's there, and I will insert that excluding the author. Insert and exclude the author. So that's it, 2016. So this is kind of you can use when you use different kind of language. Like if you are using the language in 2016, Adams mentioned blah blah blah. You can use only or in 2016, certain studies mentioned blah blah blah. You can use excluding the year and just insert the author information. Okay, so that's what I have mentioned last week. I forgot to do that, and my colleague was telling, okay, you haven't showed changing the citation styles in the Word. So this is the style menu in the Word document. So you can change it to, for example, I wanted to change it to JAMA style. You can just change that and the citation will be changed. See, this is now in superscript. So it's that easy, touch of a button, okay? So, and now once you are done with your writing your paper, you cannot submit right away to the journal, okay? Most of the journals want EndNote, your manuscript submitted in removing the field codes of EndNote. So how you would do that is you click over here at convert citations and bibliography, and you will convert to a plain text. Before converting the plain text, it's very, very important that you save a backup copy of the this manuscript. Name it differently or give an appropriate name. So I'm going to convert to plain text. I'm not actually, so it will ask you, do you want to do you want to, command will not create a copy. It's a warning. So it's a plain text, you're ready to submit to the journal. That's the final step of your manuscript. Okay, so I'm not going to save that right now, so but you can do that, okay? And also something that I forgot to mention last time is when you are keep working and you're creating groups, EndNote recommends you to create a backup copy of your library. So I'm going to EndNote, and how do we do that? So file menu has all those kind of file, and create the compressed library. This is how you create backup copies. And those who didn't upgrade the EndNote X8 version, you can, if you're worried, you can create a backup copy of the X8 and, while you are upgrading to EndNote X9. How many of you have still X8 now? Nobody? I'm so glad, proud of you. Okay, so you can create an email. You can select whatever you like, with attachment, without attachment. You have also options to select a specific group to create a backup copy. And remember, when you're creating a copy, so the radio button selected is create with file attachment. That's okay. And then next, so see here, it's ENLX. What does that mean? It means EndNote's .data file and the ENL file together. It's in a compressed library. That's why it is called a compressed library. And when you open up and start working on that, you're going to get both libraries split. And that should be in the same folder of your hard drive in computer, anywhere. I save it on my desktop all the time. But I know that desktop is not always the good place, but the C drive is the best place, I think. So you can save that, and if you email that, I'm going to close this. if you email, let me go back. Compressed library, if you email, I think it's also good. If it is a small amount of references, I don't know exactly the GB, that thing. So if it is small, not thousands and thousands of references, it's good that you can email, and it will be resting in your email Outlook. So I have so many on that. So I didn't need to open that, but I'm just backing up my copies. Okay, cool. And I am closing this one, and so now I wanted to show you something else. Importing PDFs. Most of the time you might have PDFs shared by from your colleagues, your professor. You already got that PDF saved on your computer, and EndNote has that fabulous feature. You can just pull those PDFs to EndNote. So how do you do that? So for importing PDF, so file, import, file. You can also create a folder. So I have 2 PDFs saved in my desktop for showing you in this class. So, and the tricky thing that this will not be default in your computer. This will be something else. You need to change that to PDF. So because I have done this many times, it's always remembering PDF. So you please keep that in mind. And I will choose that. I have to browse, and I have my PDF test, and then I click OK, and I import. So bingo, that's gonna saved in my EndNote, and occasionally, you can see some references are not very well added in here. The author information, the references might be corrupted sometimes, because, for example, think about you got a journal article through interlibrary loan request. It may not be digitally bound, and it will not have that DOI in that article. So EndNote is helpless there. But it will attach that PDF, and it will add some kind of name, whatever it finds. So in that case, for example, I don't have a perfect example here. So in that case, you can pull up that reference, and then you can edit that part. You will need to add the title, year, and also remember it's a journal article is the default. So if you are doing something else, you can change that. It's a pamphlet or thesis. You can change that from this window. And I'm going to close that little arrow, little X, and that's saved. So, okay, I think I have closed it.
And it was saved where? It wasn't saved with your other things. It was separate, right?
It is, okay, let me explain that. Yeah, that's okay. So I'm going to open that recent one. I accidentally closed that. So where is that 2 references? Let me see. So I think I closed the other tab accidentally, so it didn't save. So let me do that again. File. It will be along with all other library. All other references, and if you didn't group them, if you didn't organize them, it will stay in the all references or unfiled. So let me show that again. Import, yep, is file, import, folder, and choose that, PDF set. So import. Yes, those are in imported folder, and it's included in the all references in here. So you can't see right away because there is more than 72 in that. So now, okay, now talking about PDF, and you have the PDF here, you remember how to annotate the PDF, read, write, highlight, those kind of things. It's pretty simple, straightforward. Yesterday, the School of Medicine librarian Jacob came to my office and said, "Hey, you should show this one." Yes, this is really exciting. So, occasionally, I would say some databases doesn't have the import option or export option to library. And ClinicalKey, which is a fabulous source that we have in the Dykes library, is one among them. It doesn't have, we cannot export the references. So he was telling me, okay, you should show that, and I am taking that. And we go to ClinicalKey, and so I'm searching the same thing here. Sorry. Okay, this is annoying. Okay, so and I search, and I have here, I just selected this one, and that's not always a good option, full text and Medline, because it's only showing you full text, but for the teaching purpose, I'm doing this. So Zika virus transmission, I'm opening that up, and then click on that PDF. Is it a chapter? Yeah. And download PDF. And then you click on this icon, the download icon on this PDF page. So you click here, and you can save that to EndNote. So I change it to other and EndNote, and then you can hit. That's how the nitty-gritty thing, I think it's a cool tool. Thank you, Jacob, for that. So I have told many people that, no, you cannot download, you cannot export from ClinicalKey. But yes, now we found that we can export PDFs. All right. Now what?
Can I add one thing to that?
Yeah, sure.
So if you add, this is ClinicalKey has textbooks and journal articles in it. Now, if you add something from Medline and it has a DOI, some sort of permanent identifier, EndNote can scan through that PDF, find that, look it up, and import all of the citation information that you need also. So that you don't have to type it all in by hand, all the authors and the title and everything. It will just automatically do it for you. So that's a really good shortcut, because otherwise, like Prasanna said, ClinicalKey doesn't have an export button in the way that PubMed or CINAHL do. So it's just a good way to get around that when you're looking for full text in ClinicalKey.
All right. Thank you, Jacob, for that addition. Now, should I show? Yeah. Now I'm going to show you. Yes.
I have 50,000 references in my database.
Oh my. Okay.
And I have a lot of PDFs, but they're not linked to EndNote. How can I link something that I already have to an EndNote file? That looks like it's going to import it and make it duplicate.
You can remove duplicates. I'm going to show you that.
Well, but EndNote doesn't. I have them associated with a number because I converted it from Reference Manager. And so now I don't have unique identifiers associated with each reference to look them up.
It will match what it can. If the authors are the same, if the author's names are different or the journal is abbreviated differently, you'll get a duplicate, and she's going to show you how to do this. But if it matches, it will just add the PDF to your citations within EndNote. When you do the import, like she showed you, you can import your PDFs from your computer and import them into EndNote, and it will match the citation. If there's a field, right?
Okay, let me ask this. Because if you have a EndNote accession number added, and if you have synced that library with online, it's going to mess up everything. It will change that, it will duplicate things. I think that's the problem that you are encountering, because when you sync with, you have EndNote Online synced, right? Yes, that's what I'm assuming. So it will, the accession number will not stay same. It will be messing up with the online thing. So that's something that EndNote is a non-issue. So Probably, because and if you have a 5,000 or 50,000 references, yeah, we have to work on that. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to show the remove duplicate references, and this can occur almost every time when you do a comprehensive search. So you can remove the duplicates when, I should say, same databases index different databases index same journals. That's how you are ending up having duplicate references. So that's quite common. When I am doing systematic review search, I have so much of duplicates removed. So let's go how those functions are available in EndNote. So I'm going to EndNote on my all references. So for removing duplicates, go to all references. Be sure that you are in all references. Otherwise, if you are in a group, it's going to remove that references in that group. All references, and then click on references, find duplicates. And it is showing you a side-by-side column comparison to select the duplicate. So you can review here. And for your case, you can change that. If 10 or 15 or 50 is okay, you can change that in the accession number in here. So that's some workaround, I think, but I'll work on that, and we can figure out if there is a solution for that. So if you like to keep this record, and occasionally when I have done that systematic review search, some databases doesn't have the abstract view. So and if you compare a couple of them, if you see a abstract, I like to keep the citation with abstract, and I'll keep this record, keep that record. And then it will jump on to the next one. You can skip as well. It will move on into the next. So when you click cancel, so you will have a light gray highlighted thing. Those are the duplicates. Sometimes, I don't know if it works, I'm trying my luck. Sometimes if you click here, no, it's gone. So the best thing, I'm performing that function again, references, over here references, find duplicates, and I am cancelling that. And then you go to references, and there is a function called move references to trash. It's automatically selected that gray tabs are duplicates and move to trash. And see, the trash has 30 references which are duplicates. And don't worry if you deleted a citation, automatically it will be in the trash, and EndNote is so generous, it will confirm you whether you want to delete a citation or not. So in the trash, you can right click and empty trash. See, it's asking, and that's gone. Those references are gone. Sometimes if you are really serious about that search and you're worried about deleting references accidentally, because it occurred to me earlier, I make a copy of all the references, and I keep the separate copy of that duplicates and name it duplicates and the name and save it in my computer. Earlier when I was doing a systematic review search, one reference was missing, and the person asked me, where is that super relevant reference? And I looked in my duplicates, and it was there. So occasionally it happens. So if you wanted to really think, okay, I need to save it somewhere, that's also fine. And when you're completed that deduplicating, there is also something else I like to show you. In Edit, Preferences, you can see all those functionalities that you can further manipulate. So let me see, where is the duplicates here. So author, year, title, secondary title, etc. are the 4 defaults. And I have seen when I'm doing comprehensive search again, I take that off and do that deduplicating again. That's how it works. Because many different databases index author name differently. Last name, book as comma R, Rachel woke us, like that, So, and EndNote doesn't have that sensibility to identify those things. It's just a machine. It will not figure that out. So let me try my luck. If it is finding any author, I'm not sure, but because it may not, because I haven't done comprehensively the search, different that I just done PubMed or what else, yeah. So so I'm gonna take that off and hit OK, and references, and I'm doing find duplicates, and it didn't find any duplicates. It's good, okay. So we can go with that. So that's the duplicating functionality. And when you have removed the duplicates, you can change that. The easy way that I think is you can. This is author. Okay, so author, and if you can take a look in that. In each references really quickly. If there is 50,000 references, no, I won't do that manually. But let me pull this in a little thing. Okay, author, and I think this is title. I can't see the tab. Let me go up. I'm trying to show you that title tab. Yeah. The author tab.
You have it too long. Like on the
Oh, okay. Yeah, I got it. That's why it's disappearing. Okay. So the easiest thing to view the duplicates, thank you, Jacob, is to click on the title, and it will show you the title, and then you can have a sense that, oh, well, let me take a look in that, double check it if it is a duplicate reference. And the most important thing is, keep in mind that you will need to do this before you write your paper. I was in a reverse order. So it can mess up when you look in it. So which one do I cite? So you don't want to do that. So remove the duplicates before you start start working with your Word document. Awesome. Okay, moving on. Watching the time. So another exciting thing: adding specific journal styles. So EndNote have the functionality to add. EndNote has how many? 600, 5,000, so much of citation styles. Still, you might end up that, hey, I don't see the journal style that I wanted to submit my paper. So what you wanted to do is, let me memorize that, what I have in my, yeah, you can get additional styles with EndNote output styles. It's a jargon of EndNote. Output styles means the formatting style or the citation style you use in your paper. So you can download the many styles from Output Style Finder, and you can download that to set up in the EndNote library that you have, and then you can save that. Let's go ahead and see how that works. Okay, so I'm going back to, so the easiest way to figure out that EndNote output style is going to our library homepage. All right, so I'm going back to the library homepage in here, and EndNote guide. Whatever I have talked last week and I'm going to talk this week is all in here in the EndNote guide, research guide. So in additional tips, I don't have a better way to organize. I'm thinking about that. So if you click on additional tips, you're going to see adding specific journal styles. I have step-by-step instructions in here, and I will open up this output style. So open in a new window and EndNote. So this is EndNote output style. This is from Clarivate Analytics, their website. They have tons of styles. Now, the first step you want to do in EndNote is, let me go back to EndNote, is make sure that the style you are looking for is not in the EndNote as output styles. So click on this. This is the output style tab, and click on here and select another style. So when the nice thing about this tab is it will tell you what is that style about. And I can click on probably what do I search? I would search for blood purification. So blood purification, which is a journal, and you just need to hit the enter key. It doesn't have a search tab. So I make sure that I don't have a blood purification style, which I'm going to publish my paper in blood purification about my Zika paper. I don't have that, so I have to get that. I'll show you that other thing in. So if you search for NIH, these are the things that I have downloaded from this site. You have NIH and NIH grant format style. You can also create your own style. Yes. So those are the things. So you make sure that you don't have a blood purification site, and then I'm going back to the Clarivate page, and we'll show you the download all styles here, but no, we don't want to download everything. I'm just searching for blood. So 14 results found. So I have, any keyword will work, any keyword that contains, so I have here blood purification, and I click on download, and I will save, not with its notepad, no, I will save that save file, okay. And that's going to in my downloads. So I'm going to click on that, and I will double click. So I should close this. That's why it doesn't like. I should close this. I'm going to do that again. Sorry about that. So let me see. Yep. So blood purification. So that style is downloaded to EndNote, and then file, save as. It's giving me a copy because I don't want it to, it's something that I really want. I don't want to say it as a copy, and save, and then file, and you can close style. So that's actually in your EndNote desktop software. You have downloaded and installed in it. Now, it won't show you that. So you start the paper, oh, I don't see my style, but when you select another, when you don't see it right away here. Can you see blood? I have blood reviews, but I'm doing blood purification. So select another style, and then I might want to search for, again, blood. So you don't need to search, you can go through that. So I have my blood purification style here, and then I do choose. So that's it. Again, I think these steps are in the guide that I added. You can follow that. It's very descriptively stated over there. So this is how you get the new citation style. Don't worry when you are publishing a manuscript in some journals, it's not there. No, it's there. You can, and you can create. I have helped earlier someone who wanted to do, I don't remember how to do, she was writing a manuscript and the PMCA ID number. So if you wanted help with that, EndNote NIH manuscript submission is in a specific style. If you want to help with that, I can walk with that. I'm not going through that right now. So you can create your own style in EndNote. That's the good thing. Awesome. Now what is next? I'm moving really fast. Now, okay, we now know how to add specific journal styles in EndNote. Now, the most exciting thing about EndNote Online, I'm moving on to EndNote Online. So let me go to my PowerPoint and see what else I have. Okay, additional styles. Okay, EndNote Online. EndNote has two components. You have a question?
Yeah, if I've already been working on a document and then I want to switch styles, do that even though I've already been referencing a different one?
Yes. Yep. Yeah, I think I just, so this one is in JAMA style. Let me show my blood purification style. So it's changed. Yeah. So, yeah. To adding that, any changes you make in EndNote, that's the hub of wheel. EndNote Desktop. Any changes that you make in it is also reflects in the Microsoft Word, and it's the plugin which all those things transferred to the, and you don't need to worry about that. Okay. Now, okay, EndNote Online. So going back to the browser. So this is EndNote Online. How did I get in here? You can do it in two ways. Go to myendnoteweb.com, or you can go to our library homepage, Dykes library homepage, and log in Web of Science, a fabulous resource. Create a personal account. As long as you are in KUMC, you have the access to Web of Science, which is really a wonderful resource. All kind of subjects are available in there. Journals are indexed in there. And that's Thomson Reuters, Clarivate Analytics. So I prefer having a EndNote Online account through Web of Science, not through the Clarivate website. That's a different password. So if you have a EndNote Online, Web of Science personal account, you can use to log in EndNote Web, EndNote Online, which is the EndNote Online. So why would I have an EndNote Online account? Because it will allow you to access the same thing that you are having in the EndNote Desktop. Because EndNote Desktop is a local entity that's resting in your local hardware, but the same thing is somewhere resting in the cloud, up in the sky. So if you have an EndNote account, and you can also sync, that will allow you to access your EndNote library. So it's not an issue for me. I don't work anywhere else except my desk computer. But sometimes you wanted to access, and especially it's very useful when you collaborate. If you have multiple people working on a project, especially writing a grant, I know there are more than hundreds of people involved in the same project. You can access set up an account in EndNote Online and sync. And beginning EndNote site, there you can sync, collaborate with hundreds of researchers. It's a good thing. Earlier, when we have EndNote X7 or earlier version, we couldn't do that. It's just a few, 10 or 15, I don't remember exactly. So that's the cool thing. So once you set up an account in Web of Science and I logged in, it will ask you to log in. I am not signing out, so it will ask you to log in, and that's how it is. And almost all the features in EndNote Desktop is available in EndNote Online. So all my references collect, and you have the online search features, which we are not recommending to do, and then import references. So let me show you how to import references. So the two top databases, Web of Science and CINAHL. How many of you are using CINAHL a lot? Yep. So CINAHL and Web of Science has the direct export option functionality. I'm just showing you CINAHL now. Going to the library homepage and CINAHL, and let me do that. Okay, Zika. Zika virus transmission, and I conduct that search. So, okay, so I have a page options here. I'm going to do 10. I'm going to change that to 10, and then share. 10. I'm selecting 10 references, and then export. Where is that export? Oh, so we have to go to the folder, and the folder has those 10 references because I have already added, and select them all and then export. So it has direct export to EndNote Web. Sometimes it's called EndNote Web as well. So that's EndNote Online, and I don't want to stay my selected references, and I click save. I'm hoping that will come to the EndNote Online. Yes, it has imported 10 references, and if you click back to my references, you will see those imported references are in unfiled. So the same functionality is also available in Web of Science, but PubMed, no. It's a little tricky thing. So I'm going to PubMed again, back to Dykes library. Did I have another tab opened? Okay, back to Dykes library. Oh, I just saw PubMed opened here. Okay, PubMed. So I am selecting 10 items and then import Citation Manager and create file. So it is asking me to export to EndNote because I've been working a lot with the desktop version of EndNote. So I am telling it, no, I want to save that file, okay? And it is saved in my downloads. Now that should be an NBIB file, keep that in mind. So I'm going back to EndNote Online, and here is what you need, import reference. And there is an option that you have to select import, and you will need to go to PubMed. It's under P, hopefully. Okay, let me go back. Yeah, PubMed NLM. You have to choose that. Otherwise, it won't recognize what it. And you can choose where you wanted to select. To export that. I'm going to do PubMed and then import. Oh, sorry. I have to browse that. I'm so sorry. So I have to browse and find that this is the one, NBIB file, and open. And I'm ready to import that. So that's imported to my references. You have to click back on our references. Okay, so it's in there. This is how you wanted to PubMed. You have to import options only. I wanted to show you an exciting thing. Okay, here is the option to download. Sorry, let me talk about this. You can have organize. You can manage groups. All these tabs are here, and downloads in here. This is a caution that I had trouble when I download that Cite While You in my work computer, which I already have Cite While You installed in my Word and through the EndNote Desktop. It messes up sometime. So it was a headache. If you have EndNote Desktop and you already downloaded the Cite While it's automatically having the Microsoft Word, you don't need to worry about doing that just download Windows for the EndNote Online. Make sure that there will be a workaround. I'm ignorant about that part. It gave me a lot of headache when I downloaded this thing, and Word was shutting down, loading. So when you're working a computer which doesn't have EndNote Desktop on it, it's good to download that. The important thing that I wanted exciting thing that I just mentioned is the capture reference option in EndNote. So in PubMed, if you believe in click less, live more, you can go to PubMed, going back to PubMed, and see, have a new PubMed coming in. So I'm going to the Advanced tab, and the Zika virus clipboard things are here. So I'm going to select 2 just for the sake of it. And see here, capture reference. You can capture that, and that will be in my EndNote.com. You can select where you want. So I'm going to do this and capture. So that's click less, live more to me. So where do you get that capture reference? It's a secret. It's in my in the guide. So I just, let me go to the guide. Where is it? Okay. Go to EndNote guide. So if you go to EndNote guide, come on in. And additional tips. You can, I haven't taken permission from EndNote, but I was reading EndNote knowledge database article, and I will take permission. But and if you, I think there won't be a problem to do this. You can follow these steps, and you can copy paste that the bookmark location, and you will get that capture bookmark, which is a good tool. Let us see how that works with the website, like a CDC, World Health Organization, something that Rachel mentioned now. What is that, Rachel? Something, Jayhawk something.
Oh, the Jayhawk Agency on Aging.
Yeah. Those kind of professional website may not have EndNote export options. So I'm going to search for Zika again. Virus. Oops. So put that CDC. So, yep. This one doesn't have a direct export option. So what I'm going to do is just click on my capture reference. So you can either select EndNote.com or EndNote Desktop. I'm going to select EndNote Desktop, which is my hub of the wheel. I like to work with EndNote Desktop, and then I will save to EndNote Desktop. So okay, I think that's open with EndNote. Okay, and click OK. Yes. So you don't need to type a lot of things, each and everything, and it's in there. So go check out my guide and just add that before EndNote tell no, you get that location. So you can follow that steps. Okay, this will be really good. You have many website, professional website, anything. Well, if you are using Facebook, it can download that information to capture tool. Now, Rachel was talking. Today morning, I was confirming with Rachel. So when you have this thing, the CDC, I'm going to pull up that reference. And this is not, you have to fix that. Again, disclaimer is this is not replacing the styles. You need to have a little bit of work around that. So you will need to say that Centers for Disease and Prevention. And then it's just blocking me to type because I'm remoting my work computer. That's over there. Prevention. Okay. Now you have to put a comma on that. Otherwise, the machine EndNote will not recognize that it is a corporate entity as the first corporate author as the first author. So anytime you do is cite your professional web organization website, do like this, and then I will save that, and I save. So that's how it is, and let me see if I can show that to insert the specific. So it's selected, and I wanted to cite that. Where did I put my cursor? Back here. So I'm doing again. CDC said something. Okay, blah blah blah, and then I just cite that up. So we're gonna close that. Have to insert citation. No, CDC. Where is that citation?
Second to the bottom.
Okay. Thank you. Second to the bottom?
Yeah.
Okay, this one. And then I just insert. So that's inserted, and you will see that. So I misspelled it. That's okay. You can be correct. So I can change that again. I'm changing to the blood purification, and I like APS 6 when I am demonstrating or teaching. So it's already is all changed to APA style. Okay, cool. Isn't that cool? So do that capture right now when you get back to your desk. Now what else? Watching the time, it's already 12:50. So sharing EndNote library. I'm gonna move fast. So going back to my, so when you are, I just mentioned about EndNote Online, you know what it is, and to share means collaborate. Collaborating with, you multiple people can work on your EndNote library, because some part is sitting in the cloud, up in the cloud, and some part on your desktop. For that, what you want to do is you want it to sync your library. Both the sharing, I can send email, I can invite people. I can invite Rachel, Brenda to, I'm sharing a library. I think it is over here somewhere. Yes, I invited groups that is shared with others. To share the library, you will want it to sync your library with the cloud, your desktop. Again, remember, EndNote Desktop is the hub of the wheel. You should start from here. You cannot sync directly from EndNote Online. You are going to start from the desktop. So 2 buttons here. This one is sync the library. Mac and PC have the same. Mac has a little grayish color thing, but it looks the same. So you can either click here, or you can do under Tools and Sync. So you will need to add that login information. So I'm going to type and then my password, I am using my Web of Science personal account. Sorry. Okay, I hope that's correct. Yep. Depending the amount of references you have in your EndNote library, it is syncing. See, I have that PubMed in online, and it is in there. Please keep in mind that it's syncing in either way. Both things are synced. It's seamless now. So to invite once you synced it, to invite a person, can't remember that thing. So share. How do you want it to share? You will share that library, and you can type your coworker's name, colleague's name, your collaborator's name, and here, and it will. You can invite that. You can give the option to read and write only. You can also remove. You remove people. Whoever you don't want to be in that group, you can remove that. Now, what you're gonna get when I invite, what you're gonna get is, let me go back to the presentation slide. So this should be look like this. You will get a message like this. I invited you, and you just accept that invitation, and that will be you. That will be yours, that group. When syncing, I would say you can, if you wanted to share the attached PDFs, you have to share the whole library. You can also share a specific group of the library, like my CINAHL group, my test group. You cannot share PDFs in the groups if you're only sharing that library, okay? So those are some nitty-gritty things in that. Then this is the email that you're gonna get, and you can accept and work with that. So the sender will give you the power to edit or rewrite. So that's up to me, whoever is sending. And keep in mind that both the sender and the receiver, the collaborator and the sender should have a EndNote Online account, and it should be synced. Important thing. Otherwise, it's not going to work. This is why I mentioned at the very beginning of my presentation, you don't need to, when you install, it will ask you to sync. You don't need to sync that right away. You know, once you understand how that function, you can go back and sync that if you only want. Yep.
I'm going to say if they can sync with more than one library or just one library, EndNote library.
They can sync more than one library. They can sync more than one library. But it will be, because I have another desktop library which is in my Mac. I have to go back to my Mac and sync that. So it's two entities that you're syncing. You can sync multiple libraries.
Can you remind me why you would want multiple libraries?
If you're working with, well, you don't need a multiple library. I think I mentioned that keep in one library. One library is enough and you can organize it.
Just by group?
Yeah, by groups. That's what EndNote recommend. But they recommend to, I have, because I am working with many faculties. Sometimes I feel, oh, no, I wanted to send the library. So sometimes I save in my Mac. So I can handle that, but that's it.
Some people, I know that when I work with some faculty like to have different projects, and so sometimes maybe even different topics that they're taking or they're getting a grant on, with the collaborators from other institutions, and so they just don't want to mix one project with another project, with this grant with this grant. So they can just do that.
Okay.
So that could be an option as well, you know, more than one library.
Yeah.
But EndNote recommends that you just have one library and you separate those out with groups.
Okay.
And, you know, I haven't, because I'm like Prasanna, I have so many other projects going on, and I email my libraries to faculty, and so I want
So
to
it's
see
easier
that.
to do it that way.
But you're probably not going to be doing that. So, you know, even if you do one research project this year and then next year you start working on another, you can just separate your groups and have subgroups, and depending on what works for you. And if you decide to change that, you know, and you want help, just let us know.
Okay, I think we are on time. I'm so glad that I covered everything. I was like, oh, I'm going to do that. Okay, so we are here again. All the teams are, super experts are here. So one of the best resources that you would want to check first time, initially is our guide, our research guide, EndNote guide. And then you can contact us anytime. You can schedule appointments. And EndNote customer support is also, you can call, and the knowledge database is very good. There are so many things. Only thing that you have you have patience to read through all those. But we are happy to help walk through all those things. I think that's it. Yep. I'm done. Thank you for your patience. We didn't experience any technology issues last time. It was like,
Something that Heather and I have been both struggling with. For some reason, whenever we are in Cite While You Write, our journals are not coming up as abbreviations. They're coming up, it doesn't matter what style we do. It comes up as the full name of the journal and not the abbreviation.
Yeah.
And so then we end up spending an hour and change going through 100 plus citations, figuring out what the appropriate is.
That's something that you can exactly adopt the adding the style that I have shown. You can save a copy of the journal and change that in the setup.
Give me the mic.
Sorry.
Everyone can.
So I would